So you're gearing up for the MRCP Part 1, and you know that feeling, right? It's this huge hurdle, a really defining moment in your career. But what if you had a clear blueprint for success? Well, that's exactly what we're doing here. We're going to demystify this whole process and hand you a winning strategy.
Look, let's be honest. This exam can feel like an absolute beast. But here's the thing, it's a conquerable beast. With the right strategy, and just as importantly, the right mindset, you can absolutely turn this challenge into a career triumph. So you ready to dive in?
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to size up the enemy, define the challenge. Then we'll map out the terrain, breaking down exactly what's on the exam. After that, and this is a big one, we'll get our heads in the game with the crucial registrar mindset. And finally, we'll arm you with a proven winning study strategy. Let's get to it.
Okay, first up, defining the challenge. To beat the exam, you have to know exactly what you're up against.
Now, I want you to pay really close attention to those last few words, as applied to clinical practice. Seriously, that is your North Star. This exam isn't about just reciting facts from a textbook. Not at all. It's about taking that foundational science and applying it in a messy, real-world clinical scenario. That's the whole game.
Think of this slide as a treasure map to what the exam truly demands. 2 3-hour papers? That's a mental marathon, no joke. It's testing your focus, your stamina. And 200 single best answer questions? That's all about your clinical reasoning, your razor-sharp wit. It's not just about knowing a right answer. It's about digging through the options and finding the best possible one for that specific clinical picture.
Okay, so we've got the format down. Next up, let's map the actual exam content. You got to know the terrain if you're going to conquer it.
This chart, it's an absolute goldmine. The big 4 specialties, cardiology, respiratory, gastro, and endo, yeah, those are your heavy hitters. But whatever you do, do not sleep on that massive 60% others category. This is where the exam really separates the good from the great. You've got to be a jack of all trades and a master of those core 4.
And remember, this is not just a knowledge test, it's a skills test. Can you actually read an ECG or interpret an arterial blood gas result when the pressure's on? Can you connect the dots between the pathophysiology and the diagnosis? Can you spot that ticking time bomb of a medical emergency? And can you apply evidence-based guidelines, like those from the UK's NICE? These are the real tools of a top-tier physician, and the exam is designed to see if you have them in your toolkit.
Now let's talk about the secret weapon, the registrar mindset. This is so important. It's not just about what you know, it's all about how you think. This is where you really level up.
This quote right here, this is your new mantra. You're not a student anymore, you're a registrar in training. This exam is basically your first day on the job. You have to show them you can reason, prioritize, and make decisions like you're already leading on the ward.
This slide is basically the before and after of your brain on MRCP. You're evolving from a fact-reciting student into a clinical detective. So for example, a student might be able to list the causes of pancreatitis. A registrar, on the other hand, sees a 55-year-old heavy drinker with epigastric pain and immediately synthesizes the likely causes, the key investigations, and the first 3 management steps, all according to the guidelines. See the difference? It's not just knowing what, it's understanding why and what's next.
So if cracking the why behind the what is really the key to the kingdom, how do you build a study plan that actually gets you there? The good news is, the exam isn't designed to trick you. It's actually designed to reward this deeper, more logical understanding of medicine.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most crucial section. With your mindset on lock, let's lay out the blueprint for your winning study strategy.
Here it is, your 4-step battle plan. 1. You're going to prioritize your ammo with national guidelines. 2. Become a data-interpreting ninja. 3. Focus your fire on those high-yield targets. And 4. Master the art of the exam day countdown, managing that clock.
These aren't just guidelines, they're basically cheat codes for the exam. They are the evidence-based roadmaps for the most common and critical conditions you will absolutely face. Knowing the NICE guidelines for heart failure or type 2 diabetes isn't optional, it's essential. Memorize them, live them, breathe them.
This is all about where you get the most bang for your buck. Your study time is precious, right? Well, the data shows that a really solid grounding in areas like clinical biochemistry and cardiovascular medicine is going to give you the biggest return on your investment. It's about working smart, not just hard.
And now, for the golden rule that underpins absolutely everything. This is not a sprint to the finish line. It's a marathon of grit and determination.
Last-minute cramming just won't build the deep, applied knowledge this exam demands. Slow and steady really does win this race. Consistency is your superpower.
So there you have it. You have the blueprint to understand the challenge, you have the map for the content, you have the tools to build the right mindset, and you have the action plan. The only thing left to do now is build your success. Go out there and crush it.